Hello, welcome back to the channel, and I'm in the same outfit I was here, same shirt, and you can't have stuff in Detroit, fill in the blank there, obviously the joke. Michigan, the heartbeat, life beat of Michigan basketball the last 3 or 4 seasons. Hunter Dickinson has announced that he has entered the transfer portal. I just have some winners, some losers, and some destinations. Just quickly overall, thank you, Hunter, for your service the last 3 years. People were talking about he might be out after this year, after last year, and then stayed, gave us all for this year. Played the NIT, knowing he likely was going to transfer. He texted Ant Wright the other day and said, sorry, I tried. I had no other option, felt like I had to. So he unfortunately leaves. That leaves Michigan losing likely 4 players from their rotation. We see that Juwan Howard is gone to the draft, Kobe Buffkin gone to the draft, Hunter Dickinson gone to the portal, and Joey Baker ran of eligibility. He might, get the waiver. We'll see. Probably not, but we'll see how that all plays out. So the first 3 winners here, Maryland. Maryland wins. Not only could he potentially come back to the Maryland region, looking ahead at some of his destinations, but Maryland, he loved playing him. He wasn't recruited, felt disrespected by him, and beat him every time he could. So Maryland wins in the short term by not having to deal with Hunter Dickinson anymore. Tarris Reed is another big winner. He played backup center / the 4 this year. Now he can finally play the center and get all the minutes he deserves. He's probably the only person on the roster that's like big win for me. A loser here, the last winner is Michigan basketball long term. Now this will kind of tie into the loser of Michigan basketball short term and Juwan Howard. So I don't believe that Juwan Howard is the best of coaches for this program going forward. Michigan wants to be at a really high level, and Juwan's unfortunately not had the most success on his own. He'll really be able to, make his own roster and stuff now that he's fully clear of everything. Next year will be his first year. He'll have his own roster. We'll see how that goes. Already off to a pretty tough start, losing his son and another lottery pick in Kobe Buffkin and Hunter, obviously. So he's going to really have to build from the ground up. Doug McDaniel will return, likely. Who knows now? Tarris Reed, obviously. Terrence Williams, unfortunately, depending on how you feel about him. No comment. And we'll just really see how that goes. So short term, it's going to suck. Michigan will probably not be very good next year. That's a bit of an understatement. I would be shocked if they made the tournament. I would imagine they're going to be probably bottom 3 or 4 team in the Big Ten, unfortunately. But yeah, Juwan Howard loses because Hunter Dickinson was good enough where he could probably be the only player on the team, surrounded by 4 bad players, and he'd make it work. That's just kind of how he played and how good he was. But long term, if you don't really like Juwan Howard, this is probably a good move for you because he's probably out of here soon if he gets misses the tournament again and has another sub 500 performance. Not another, but a first. I'm just kind of thinking that might be on the table here, unless Michigan gets some serious help in the transfer portal. Another loser is the Big Ten basketball as a whole. Hunter Dickinson helps make Michigan relevant. It's more fun when Michigan's involved. Obviously, I'm very, very, very biased. But, if Michigan's really bad, Michigan State's going to love beating us, but I think they'd rather have games where it's fun. Like them beating Michigan when Michigan's good and has Hunter Dickinson makes it way more fun than Michigan having a bunch of scrubs and then beating us. I don't know if they'll fully admit that, but I'm pretty sure they'll admit it, that it's better that he's gone. Better that he's there. Other teams like Illinois, Wisconsin probably be happy he's leaving and laugh at Michigan, but deep down they'll miss beating him because Michigan, unfortunately hasn't beaten Illinois and usually splits with Wisconsin if not loses. Thought I'd just wrap it up here quickly with some destinations. So a big thing with Hunter Dickinson is he technically is an employee of Barstool Sports. He podcasts. He likes to do media, like myself here, obviously. But that's a big factor because, if he goes to a place like, Michigan State, hypothetically, Izzo's not going to let him do the podcast. No chance. So the first 3 coaches here are Barstool-friendly coaches. Ed Cooley at Georgetown. This, I think, is the most likely outcome because he will be going to a place where it's close to home. He's, from the DMV. Would help bring Georgetown back to relevance. Ed Cooley would start his transfer off real well. and run up the Big East. Maybe bring Justin Moore with them, some other guys. Turn Georgetown into a contender overnight. Alabama, Nate Oates, big fan of Barstool, especially Rico Bosco, the man. Shout out Rico. And I think that would be a really good fit. Give them another true big man that can shoot threes if needed, pick and roll, pick and pop. We've seen it surrounded with some elite guards like they've had there for the past few seasons. That'd be really fun. Arkansas, the Muss Bus, Eric Musselman, big Barstool fan as well, would help with the podcast, help him go on there, get some viewers there, because, the likelihood of him playing professional basketball on the NBA level is not the greatest, and he knows that, so that's why he started up this podcast. In addition to that, smart guy off the floor, on the floor. And he loves Michigan, so I would doubt he would go to any one of Michigan's rivals or even in the Big Ten. I'm even trying to think of a Big Ten team he could go to where it wouldn't be weird. I mean, maybe Maryland, obviously, but that's his home team and he hates them, so not there. Dave Portnoy obviously owns Barstool, and he's good friends with the Ruiz super donors over at Miami and Danny Boy Kane, so it'd be pretty funny to see him over there in Miami. Obviously, Miami's not afraid to spend in the NIL, especially in basketball, as their team's in the Final Four, and the women's team went from the 8 seed, or it was a 9 seed in the Elite 8, spending on the ladies there, the Cavender twins, and the rest of the team. And finally, his co-host, Marty Mush, is a huge Duke fan. I think if he went to Duke, it'd be really funny, because not only would it help his teammate out, but he would, just being a big, annoying, toxic white guy at Duke, that's never worked before, right? So that'd be really funny, and I think that'd be a really good fit. And then bonus, UNC, he's really good friends with Mondo Baycott, but my God, him and Baycott together would not work. I mean, I'd be taking basketball back to the 1800s. But just a quick little video on this. Unfortunately, hate to see Hunter gone. I'll miss all of his big dick celebrations, Hunter Big Dickinson. But we'll see how that all goes. Let me know down below what you think, if you're happy or not. I know I've got a lot of Michigan State friends that are going to be pretty happy he's gone in the short term. You'll miss him long term. I know I will too. But, no ill will to him whatsoever. He gave his all to the university. He gave his all to the team. Really enjoyed it. Did a lot of things outside just played basketball. He'd show up in the student section for games, football, hockey, things like that. And he really did like the team. So he's a Michigan man to me. Always will be. Wish him the best of luck. Hunter, love you, man. Might be even making a highlight video for you later. But appreciate it. Wish you all the best. Good luck, and go blue.